Coming up next, one UTRGV club takes a stand against harassment. We tell you what this club hopes students will develop. Plus, we have coverage of the Distinguished Speakers Series with American actor George Takei. The Texas Citrus Fiesta returns with its annual parade. We tell you what you can do to propose change for our university. And Music Craft returns with the band Liverpool Legends. We have all this and more. UTRGV-TV starts now. Thank you for joining us on this week's UTRGV-TV edition. I'm Nathaniel Puente. For this week's top story, one UTRGV club takes a stand against harassment. The club is hoping students will develop a better understanding of what harassment is and how to take action when needed. Our reporter Marisol Villarreal joins us in the studio for more.
Toxic masculinity, a controversial phrase that is heavily talked about on social media. But for one club, talking about it instead of just being a witness helps bring positive change to the community.
Sexual harassment can occur regardless of gender.
What are you doing?
In a recent interview with Good Morning America, Terry Crews, a famous American actor, admitted that he too has been a victim of sexual assault. That interview was brought to light at UTRGV. Access for Sex Education, a student organization in the Edinburgh campus, held a meeting regarding the issue, offering critical information during their hour-long presentation.
Change that whole social structure of what a man really is and let men know that they can be whoever they need to be and not the ideology of what a man is supposed to be.
Jose Gaitan is the club's president. He says that understanding what toxic masculinity is and how to identify it is crucial for understanding when others, or themselves, are in a tough situation. One student who attended the meeting agrees with Gaitan. He believes harassment is often politicized.
It's because whenever someone talks about the fact that they've been sexually assaulted, immediately people start politicizing the issue.
Gaitan is happy with the turnout and encourages the public to attend more meetings with the club. Being involved, he says, is key.
If you or anyone you know is experiencing or witnessing sexual harassment, please contact the University Police Department. In the studio, Marisol Villarreal reporting for UTRGV-TV.
Actor and spokesperson George Takei visits Brownsville for this semester's Distinguished Speakers Series. Here's the story.
A packed house came to the TSC art building to see George Takei, an actor and activist who promotes the struggles of his own childhood. George feels warmed and welcome, but soon enough begins to tell us his childhood experience of World War II.
Imagine being incarcerated and living in a black tar paper barrack in the blistering hot desert of Arizona.
George mentions events of the past, reoccurring and present day.
As well, because over the past 2 days, what I've been hearing is an echo from my own childhood. Because I lived through a very ugly chapter of American history.
That ugly chapter of George's life happened in the 1940s when Japanese Americans were sent to live in internment camps. A moment George will never forget.
My baby sister once said, "Mama, let's go back home." Home, for her, home was behind barbed wire fence.
A long-standing tradition for Mission, Texas, the Texas Citrus Fiesta, returns with its annual parade. Our reporter Rocio Villalobos went out to bring you the story.
For 82 years, the Texas Citrus Fiesta has been showcasing the bountiful citrus industry of the Rio Grande Valley. Due to its warm climate, the Rio Grande Valley is considered to be Texas's premier citrus region. Saturday's event began at the Leo Peña Placita Park with an all-day fun fair featuring food, games, and entertainment, drawing visitors from all across the nation.
We get over 200 inches of snow a year, and we wanted to spend winter in southern Texas.
The family says they are excited to take part in the tradition with the surrounding community.
Really looking forward to seeing the parade.
And the floats.
Floats, yeah.
Later in the afternoon, the Fiesta's most awaited event, the Parade of Oranges, made its way down Conway Avenue, where spectators set up tent covers to watch and stay dry. Several of the floats included blockbuster characters to embody this year's theme of Citrus Celebrates Hollywood Movies. Locals look forward to representing their school or business by taking part of the celebration, whether it's by walking in the parade or supporting those who do.
The Citrus Fiesta is a big deal to this small town. As you can see, it's cold and it's raining, and we still have a big crowd. Everybody still came out to support the city of Mission.
To many, the Texas Citrus Fiesta is a way to stay connected to their roots.
My family has been in the Mission area for over almost 80 years, dating back to my grandfather. And we, ever since we were small, they would take us every year. It's just been a family tradition, and we go big or go home. So.
Despite the rain, thousands made it out to continue celebrating one of Mission's longest traditions. In Mission for UTRGV-TV, I'm Rocio Villalobos.
UTRGV's Back to School Bash welcomed students' return for the spring semester and a chance to meet student organizations.
One of the things that we offer for our members is opportunities to get experience on the field, to judge science fairs, to be involved in STEM-related events, as well as to help each other out with homework and tutor each other, so that way we can get that experience of teaching already.
Rides, food, and games were a part of this year's Back to School Bash, offering information from campus clubs. Campus departments seek students to provide input through advisory boards and campus committees. Our reporter Juliana Quiros has the details on what students can do to make a change for our university.
More variety of foods and more tables to eat.
Student requests for better services at UTRGV are endless.
Because we only have like 3 restaurants. And most of it, like everyone goes to Chick-fil-A's.
But not all of these requests are being voiced to university officials.
Various departments or different sections of UTRGV may have their own student advisory board.
Newly appointed SGA President Alejandro Saldivar says that students can provide input and propose change through advisory boards and campus committees to a department chair.
So all these committees, they typically reach out to SGA, so we can put them in contact with students that are interested in joining these committees, so we can provide recommendations to them.
Saldivar says he currently serves on a committee himself, where recommendations are provided to President Bailey on the allocation of student service fees for university departments. All the positions are currently filled for the Student Fee Advisory Committee for this term, but the student union is looking to fill positions for their own advisory board.
The ones that are open right now, we have 2 student org representative positions. So those positions are for any student that belongs to any student org. And we're also needing a student government representative. So it would be a student that's already in student government. And then we have 1 student at large representative. That could be any student from anywhere.
Email sga@utrgv.edu for more information on the positions available for other committees and boards on campus. In Edinburgh for UTRGV-TV, I'm Juliana Quiros.
And here's this week's police reports. On January 19th, an officer conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for failing to dim headlights on campus in Brownsville. Upon further investigation, the non-affiliated male driver admitted to being in possession of narcotics. The male driver was arrested for possession of marijuana and possession of Controlled Substance Penalty Group 1. On January 22nd, an officer was flagged down at a convenience store by the clerk in reference to a theft just occurred off campus in Brownsville. The clerk identified 2 female subjects who had already exited the store. The officer detained 1 female, but the other fled on foot, refusing to comply with the officer's orders to stop. The case is under investigation. That same day, officers responded to the Math and Science Academy on the Edinburgh campus in reference to a fire alarm. The investigation revealed microwaved burnt noodle soup caused the fire alarm to be activated. Edinburgh Fire Department arrived on the scene and cleared the building for re-entry. On this edition of Music Craft, Liverpool Legends, a tribute band to the Beatles, made their way to Harlingen on their Magical Mystery Tour. The Liverpool Legends, a tribute band to the Beatles, made their way down to Harlingen to celebrate the music of the Fab Four. This group is not just any tribute band, they are the tribute band, the biggest Beatles tribute band in the world. In 2005, Marty Scott, who plays the role of the late George Harrison, met up with Louise Harrison, George's sister, to create a band that would truly capture the essence of the Beatles. This meant finding a group to look, play, and act naturally, just like the actual Beatles. As for the show itself, it was the full Beatles experience. The first half of the show is dedicated to early Beatles material from Please Please Me to Revolver. Later, the band appeared decked out in Sgt. Pepper attire and played some of the Beatles' psychedelic material off Magical Mystery Tour and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Finally, the show closed with some songs from the Beatles' last albums. After a hard day's night, it was time to say goodnight. I got the chance to come together with the Beatles, or the Liverpool Legends, and asked what their goal is as a tribute band.
You know, we're fans of it, like I said, like you guys are, so we're just trying to do it with respect and have lots of fun and bring happiness to the world if we can and put on a great show, that's all.
And of course, I had to ask their favorite Beatles albums and songs.
Rubber, Soul, and Revolver.
All of them. I don't want to pick one because as soon as I pick one, then I'll listen to a different one tomorrow and it'll be that one. So.
Yeah, pick two. No, I like the White Album. I think things were getting cozy there. Things were getting interesting.
That's when John broke out into a classic from the White Album.
Happiness is a warm gun. Happiness.
Roles reversed in the middle of the interview as they decided to ask me why I enjoyed the show.
So how did you like the show? Was it all right?
It was absolutely spectacular. The Liverpool Legends have played in the RGV 6 years in a row and will return again next January. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and anywhere across the universe. That's all we have for you today. But remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know about or know someone who is making an impact on campus or in the community, you can contact us through our social media or email us at utrgvtv@gmail.com. We have community and UTRGV news for you every week. See you next time.